Hey guys, welcome to our EIP-7702 workshop today. So I'm Bruce. In this workshop, we're gonna cover some brief introduction to EIP-7702 and some idea the how to hack with us, and I'll go through the GitHub repo quickly with you to take a look how to join this virtual casual hackathon. So first, a brief introduction for EIP-7702. So the EIP-7702 is added a new transaction type that permanently set the code for an EOA. So very this is a new EIP, just upgraded with Pectra upgrade, and now we can use it on mainnet. And because we're gonna have a very detailed deep dive presentation later on the demo day, on the open day, sorry. So I'm gonna just briefly introduce it. So the key point is to set the code for a EOA so that make the EOA become something like a smart contract. And the format, the authorization format is look like this. We're gonna see it later. And it's gonna unlock some new features. Very important features can like help to improve the user experience for the Ethereum, which are batching, sponsorship, privilege de-escalation, or something like that. And we're gonna have more creative ways or use cases I'm gonna show you later. So for understand the key features, I would use a proxy pattern as an example to explain. This helped me to understand quickly. So first, what is a proxy smart contract? The proxy smart contract is is type of contract which stores some variable or some information in the code in the smart contract. Then the user invoke the proxy smart contract, but actually it's implemented by another implementation contract. So which means it's going to be a delegation or delegate call. Uh, how to understand that? So the proxy contract provides some variables or stored variables here, provided as a context, but the actual implementation is another contract. The user invoke the method, the function is gonna change the proxy contract, but the implementation is in another contract. So the EOAs, the EIP-7702 is works very similar in this way, but here the proxy contract is gonna be your EOA. So which means it convert your EOA to be a smart contract, but the implementation is in the another contract. I'm gonna show you some example later so you can fully understand. Um, and before that, we can see there are a lot of new innovations coming, with EIP 7702. Like for example, this morning, uh, you can use it to rescue the funds from compromised wallet. This is just like one interesting case. So basically, you can submit transaction to pay for the gas to rescue your funds, your wallet, your token, your assets. So you can check it later. I just want to let you know that we have a lot of new funny or interesting things coming. So speaking about some idea, I think we can have a lot of ideas built upon the EIP-7702, like improve the wallet UX, like you can upgrade your wallet uh, for your to make your EOA powerful, and implement or do something like subscription, like pay a dApp weekly uh, with a session key or something like that. And you can also when you playing with DeFi or some dApps, you can also batching, or maybe you don't need to click multiple times for sign the signature or something like that. You can merge all of them into one, pop-up to confirm. And security, gaming, or maybe some tools like 7702 dashboard, or a security check or something like that. So there are many things to build, waiting us to build. So you can also find more example articles or ideas here in the GitHub repo. So we are working on that. So adding more. Okay, let's jump into like how to hack with us. So first, let me briefly introduce the repo on GitHub for our hackathon. So this is a repo for the hackathon. So on README is gonna be like some introduction and how to join us, how to participate, etc. And here you can see participants, so which are developers who have different roles and teams, or the project name, etc. and contact, so which is very important. And here are some idea articles, examples, and some organizer, community support sponsors. So first, how to register? So you can fork. So first, you need to fork the GitHub repo and go to registration folder. Then you can find the template. We put some if information here. So after fork, you need to copy a new template to rename your name, then fill those fields. After that, you can submit pull request like this, and you will be able to be reviewed. And if everything is all good, then we're gonna merge into the repo. Then your information gonna show up here automatically. And after that, you can work on to share your idea or get your to find your teammates to work together, or start learning something from the documents here. So in documents, we're gonna put some idea here. So we are working on that and invite more experts to put some idea here. So at the moment, you want to say some here. And the articles. So feel free to add more like learning materials or some articles here. The same, I'm gonna add more later. And here are some examples. I provided two very simple one. I'm gonna go through with you, get sponsorships later soon. And you can also add more. So after that, there also a submission. The submission pretty much the same as registration, but with different fields. So you need to you can work on your fork repo. Then you can create a folder here and here with your team name as a folder name. Then fill all of the information in the README in your folder. After that, you can submit a pull request. Then we can merge, and it's gonna show up here. So the repo here is not just for our hackathon. We want to make it become a very like informative learning education material for EIP-7702. So in the future, if people gonna need to learn something from 7702, they can go to this repo and to take a look at the documents, examples, and some demos from you guys. So this is very awesome. Okay, so I already mentioned how to register and submit. Let's jump into some example parts, how to run some example. So first, as this is a hackathon, so I highly recommend to use Ethereum supported testnet. So first, I highly suggest to use a tool like this to generate a temporary address, temporary wallet for your testing or developing. This is the kind of best practice. And also after that, you might need to go to Faucet to get some test ETH, something like that. Or if you need more, you can feel free to ping me because I can give you some. And the next thing is RPC. So you can use Alchemy or Infura or just like pick some here, pick some public here. It's also working. And after all of them, let's jump into the code and see how to deploy, how to invoke the code. Then let's take a look at what happened behind the screen. So first, this is our repo. I'll put the get sponsorship here. So I put the contract here for the like delegation, enhance the delegation. So this smart contract is very simple. It basically just print out some information like the context, the yeah, so some simple or demo functions. Also provide some functions you can check it later after the transaction, etc. So how to deploy that? I put the instruction here. So first you need to use Forge to install some dependencies and create the environment variables. So basically you need to prepare for two EOA, which is one is sponsor, one is user, and the Etherscan if you want to verify, and RPC. So I already created some private key in my EMV, so I won't show you there. So after that, you can run the two command here in this folder. Yeah, so it's gonna take a few seconds. So to be finished. As we can see here, we have a smart contract deployed on the testnet. Let's open the Etherscan to take a look. Yeah, so still deploying, so we can't see more details yet. So let's keep it running and let's check out other code. So in the SRC folder, okay, so first after you deploy that, don't forget to update the contract here, like with the latest smart contract. Of course, if you change something in the smart contract, you also need to update the API accordingly. Let's take a look at our example file. So first, we're gonna import some configuration, which are two EOA, then the wallet client for the EOA. Then I put output some information. Then the first step is gonna be like user sign the authorization code with the contract address and itself, the EOA user. The second step is very important, which is transaction or invocation, write the contract by through the sponsor wallet. But the address, be careful. This is a very, very important. The address is EOA address rather than the contract address. And the account is EOA sponsor and the authorization, etc. So later is some information. Okay, let's take a look at the smart contract. Okay, so seems deployed. Let's refresh the page. Okay, so it's a contract now, and we can see the contract code here. Perfect. And let's run the command to send the transaction. Oh, okay, as we can see, the sponsor EOA starts with 5A and the user EOA is 41. for the contract that start with 9F. So the step one gonna sign the authorization. So the contract will be address will be 9F and chain ID and nonce and some signature here. And the step two will be the sponsor send the transaction. So the gas paid by this address and the contract executed on the EOA. So EOAs. Previously, the EOA had no code. So we won't, invoke some code on EOA. Let's take a look at the Etherscan to take a look at the actual transaction. So we can see the transaction from the sponsor EOA to the user EOA. So this is not this is address. This is not a contract to invoke the method on the EOA address. And also the sponsor pay for the gas fee. So we can verify by using the state. So we can see the state, the user's EOA, the contract didn't change, but the sponsor changed. And we can also take a look at the logs. So we can see the message sender will be the sponsor EOA, and the contract address is this one. And also the authorizations. So we can see the authority will be the user's EOA, and to this delegated address, which is a smart contract here, and the signature. So pretty much the same as this one. So yeah, so this is a 7702 transaction. So if we use the proxy as the workflow as an example, so the contract code, code here becomes the implementation contract. And now the EOA, the user EOA or your EOA will become the proxy, something like a proxy contract. So the sponsor pay and invoke the method to your EOA, but actually pointed to the implementation contract. Then but it's gonna reflect to your EOA. Like for example, if the implementation contract is function is some logic reduce balance, it's gonna reduce the balance from your EOA to do something. So that's a general workflow. And I also provide some tools to help you to check or verify something. Like for example, the query code. So in this script, I'm gonna help you to get some EOA code information from the specific from target EOA. For example, let's try to run this. Yeah, as we can see, this is the user EOA. So now the EOA has a code, and the code content is start with the indicator, then the smart contract. And if we try with another one, the sponsor EOA, the sponsor EOA, we will see this is just a normal EOA. And of course, if we updated to another contract address, and let's try to send a new like a EIP-7702 transaction, then we can see the code for users EOA gonna be changed. Yeah, the code has changed. So later, if we, yeah, so this pretty much is how it works. So in this case, which means our EOA can point it to different implementation based on the transaction, uh, which also very helpful to uh, work with ERC 4337 because there are multiple wallet implementations. We can use different wallets by just like sign an authorization and submit a transaction. So this unlock very this is a very flexible features that EIP 7702 provided. So this is very powerful. Of course, is this a very also very dangerous because um, yeah, so it's easier for hacker to hack to get all of your assets if you didn't pay attention to your authorization. So let's build some tools for reduce the risk for that too. Okay. So yeah, this pretty much the quick through to the example and for how EIP 7702 works. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today's very quick workshop. And next session will be open day. So we invited an expert to give you a deep dive of the feature or abilities for 7702 so that you can get more details from it. And you could also learn with the example to change the smart contract to send some transaction to test to see what happened. Okay, cool. Thank you. And enjoy hacking with EIP 7702. See you soon. Bye.